Hello everyone, our group is AD Milk. Today we'll present our concept for you. In general, we are aiming to find some issues of entertainment and then provide some solutions. We'll focus on the table game because it's a common way for people, especially for young people, to relax during spare time. Here, in order to make our research more specific, target users we chose are Chinese students who are not very familiar with a table game. Based on this, we observed 4 table games called Killers of Three Kingdoms. We are wolves, upgrading, did 5 interviews, and collected 40 responses of the questionnaire. We can see games often limit the number of participants, so people are likely to give up one game if they fail to find enough players. Also, most people would choose an entertainment activity depending on who will play together. Some people prefer multiplayer games to single-player games because of the requirements of social communication. During the observation, we found most table games require players to cooperate with each other, meaning that players need to understand the game rules very well. But the problem is that the game with complex rules will result in that the beginner who fails to understand how to play cannot feel engaged in the process. Based on the above-mentioned content, we generate a workflow table game which our target users usually play. At the beginning, the organizer confirms the available participants and introduces the game rules to them. Then, the organizer distributes the cards to every participant. These participants need to remember cards that they get. Next, everyone takes turns to speak or show their cards. Finally, according to the game rules, judge the winner. Players can restart the game as soon as possible. So, we conclude some common issues of the table game. In specific, the game rules is one of the most important factors that impact on people's choice of games. What's more, people want to engage in table games with friends, but they may not share the same knowledge about games. Moreover, rules are usually complex and difficult to learn for beginners, which potentially keeps them from new games. In the above content, all table games are offline games. But nowadays, there are many online versions, which already have solved some above-mentioned issues. So next, our group observed and analyzed the 4 kinds of offline and online table games, which are played normally. The first game we observed and analyzed is the Werewolves, which includes 30 participants. They are friends and they play this game regularly on Saturday. But this game needs a facilitator to organize the game in the whole process. Everyone takes turns speaking in each turn. In the online version game, the system could instead the facilitator to organize the game. Therefore, all players are allowed to participate in the game. In the online version, the player could play the game with friends or strangers. This is difficult with the traditional offline version. Plus, the system will provide a real-time response or instruction to tell you what's the next step. It's easy to access the game for the beginners or those people who do not familiar with the game rules. In terms of the only requirement of online version is a computer. It is more convenient because some hints would appear on the screen. Beginners would be faster to familiar with the game. The low cooperation of offline one could also be solved because the online version has higher efficiency. The speed of ruling algorithms is faster than human brain. In conclusion, online game is more suitable for beginners because it has more hints and implications. With respect to upgrading, online version has a lower requirement for environment. It means players can play this game anywhere. In addition, upgrading requires players to understand the rule very well, but it's difficult for offline version. Here, The online version has an obvious advantage that can cope with this issue. In specific, the online version of upgrading can provide some hints for players, especially for beginners, which can help beginners to understand the game rules easily and quickly. Online version of Killers of the Three Kingdoms also has a lower requirement for environment. Moreover, this game also requires players to be familiar with rules, because the rules of the game are very complex. Aiming to this problem, online version can offer a better solution, that is, some hints of game rules can be provided during playing games, which can help players, particularly for beginners, to understand the game better. In order to find the way to support our concept, we did the academic research and technology survey. Through the literature review, we found that there are many factors that affect the choice on people choosing games and experience when people play the game. These factors involve personal factors such as friends, habits, and the game features such as reward system and game rules. The experience of people participating in an activity involves the familiar of participants when playing with others. It is claimed that people feel uncomfortable from having to interaction with strangers. In addition, for people who want to learn a new game, it is easier for beginners to play if they are inducted by others who play well, since recognition is easier than recall because it involves more cues. The relationship, we found that many players participate in the game negatively because game rules is too complex to learn in a short time. Therefore, giving an intermediate instruction of the game rules are easier to engage people into the game. This kind of cognitive instruction system could be used to improve players' game experience. In the technical survey, we found that exist technology and devices which could support different games and entertainments. After the survey, we found that the computer, mobile phone, and the handheld devices is a prevalent and crucial platform. The virtual reality increasing popular gradually, and more people want to access it. Also, the new technology such as augmented reality and mixed reality emerging in our daily life. All of these technologies could be used to improve the games and entertainment experience by providing the visual instruction, rules, and intermediate responses. Based on all research above, our team developed a one-sentence problem statement, which is to design an information displaying system to support easy and hands-on game rule learning for Chinese students in foreign universities. And in order to make our research more specific, we just chose a table game, Mahjong, to develop our work because our target audience are uni Chinese students, and Mahjong is the most popular table game for Chinese students. In addition, Mahjong has complex rules, therefore, it is a good example for our research. To observe users' interaction in the game, we use the body storm method to demonstrate our concept. To be more specific, after wearing the glasses, the player will be able to see some visual hints when it is his turn. Besides, when there are a few feasible choices for next step, the beginner can be provided with some suggestions. Also, when the beginner is going to win the game, the words "you win" will pop up. Remarkably, our prototype aims to improve phases 3 and 4 in the workflow of the game. That's all. We are looking for your feedback. Thank you.